morning, good afternoon, and good evening to the Flight Sim world. Hello, hello. This is Viperstrike 95 Flight Sim, and today we are back on the world tour. And today, this is day 10 of our around the world trip. We're back here at Santo Domingo International Airport at Mike Delta Sierra Delta, just outside of the historic city of Santo Domingo, the oldest continuously inhabited European settlement in the New World. And today we'll be here flying to the next sovereign country. We're going to head our way over to Bradshaw International in St. Kitts and Nevis. So great to have all you guys here on this incredible journey here. And it's great that we get to complete another leg of our journey here in the Caribbean. So I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you guys had a great rest of the weekend and enjoyed your Sunday as well as the rest of the week. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing great. Today's flight plan is going to be a pretty simple one. We're just going to fly straight there. From Las Americas International, we're going to just fly basically just straight on to St. Kitts and Nevis. Should be about 410 nautical mile flight. According to SimBrief, this flight should take around 1 hour and 46 minutes. According to SimBrief. So, should be a really simple flight. We're not going to fly to Puerto Rico this time. We're going to actually just go straight there. So, before we get started, I want to say hello to everyone in the chat. We have Super Typhon. Good to see you. And Sleazy does again. Good to see you, Sleazy. Check out his channel on Twitch. He does a lot of flights and stuff on his channel. So, do check out his channel here on Twitch. So for today, we'll be taking a plane I haven't actually flown in such a long time. And yes, this is the original PMDG plane from Microsoft Flight Sim, the Douglas DC-6. For all you guys that don't know about the Douglas DC-6, the DC-6 was originally first flew back in 1946 and was introduced in 1947 with both American and United Airlines. It's still in limited service today. Over 700 have been built, and many still fly in cargo, military, and even wildfire controls. It was used for all sorts of different routes. It was used for transatlantic flights. It can be used for domestic, and even international, and even transatlantic flights. This plane has done all those. But they are still very successful planes. DC-6, we're flying the DC-6B, which can carry up to 42 to 89 passengers, depending on the configuration. 105 feet long, a wing speed of 117 feet. It can cruise up to 315 miles per hour, which is around 270 knots, and a service ceiling of 25,000 feet. So, very cool plane, and its range with max payload is 2,600 nautical miles, and its max fuel is 4,100 nautical miles. So yeah, this bad boy has some serious endurance, for sure. But this type of flight will be perfect for it today. Since we don't really need to go super far. Also, this is blessed with a really good EFB. Really cool tablet. So we're going to go ahead and we can go ahead and change the grounding. I'm going to go ahead and just going to go, I'm going to set the aircraft state to ready to start. So I'm going to go ahead and set that to this. Because this thing usually takes a long time to start. We're going to wait until I get this. I'm going to go ahead and get the flight plan. This should be a very simple flight plan. Flight plan. MD Sierra. Boom. Bradshaw International. Archer. MDB. Okay. There you go. Flight plan initiated. So we just got flight plan initiated. I think if I remember starting this thing, I remember the thing to start this is with the ignition controls. I think the engine selector. I think we're going to go ahead and start. You should turn it on. Okay, there she goes. Hey, there's our DC-6 engine. Nice. Cool. Okay, there you go. Oh. Gonna get this thing started. So, this thing's still gonna get started on takeoff. Hey, Devil Dude, good to see you. We're preparing to get the DC-6 started. DC-6 passengers. We're taking passengers today, and here we go. Oh, let's start. We're gonna go ahead and fill up the passengers. So our fuel manager. Um, Now let's look at the sim brief. No cargo. Our payload's going to be 68 passengers. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and repair and service the props. Pop up the engines. Okay. Let's go ahead and prepare for our flight. Our main altitude is going to be 15,000 feet for this flight. In the DC-6 should be 15,000 actually. Yeah, this is a long time since I've taken this DC-6 out. Which is new for me. I haven't taken the DC-6 out in months, so. I mean, she's still a beautiful bird, and I still enjoy flying her. But yeah, I think this might be the dream. I might also take the DC-6 out a lot more, just because it's a beautiful plane. I remember Two Cats taking the DC-6 on plenty of his adventures on his streams. If you guys remember when Two Cats streamed, he did a ton of DC-6 flying when he streamed. A ton of. He was like probably the expert on flying the Douglas DC-6 in the sim. Okay. Oh, nice. Yes. I just heard the news, guys. So for Firefly Air, we are getting a new hub. I don't know where the new hub is going to end up being. Under knots. Paired, and I think. And rotate. flaps was the landing gear. And we're up. Oh man, look at the beautiful DC-6. Such a majestic. Haven't taken this turret out in a while. Hey, back in the right direction. I need to get. I think I need to get her back. Sorry about this messiness. I mean, it's been a while. I need to climb up to 15,000 feet. Yeah, it's. I apologize if I'm not doing as well as I normally do. The problem is Yeah, once I get the GPS thing set up for the DC-6 and get to altitude, I'll talk more about St. Kitts and Nevis. I want to get this thing to the position it needs to go. This is so weird. The jar power on this thing it's been a long time since I've been on this thing. Oh, there it goes. Finally. Okay. Oh, good. Finally. How to get me this? Oh. Like I said, it had to give me a second to get that DC thing back up. Now we just need to climb to 15,000 feet. Once we do that, we'll go ahead and get started with our Whew, okay, that took me just a bit of a second. Okay, 15,000 feet. Let's go ahead and talk about our slideshow for a bit as we climb up to 15,000 feet. Let's go ahead and talk about St. Kitts and Nevis. Officially known as the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis. This island country consists of two small islands, St. Kitts and Nevis, with the size of only 261 square kilometers. and roughly 50,000 inhabitants, it is the smallest sovereign state in the Western Hemisphere in both area and population, as well as the world's smallest sovereign federation. It's part of the Commonwealth realm, with Charles III as king and head of state. The capital city is Basseterre, on the larger island of St. Kitts. It's also the main port for passenger entry via cruise ships and cargo. And is one of the first islands in the Caribbean to be colonized by the Europeans. As well as St. Kitts was the home to the first British and French Caribbean colonies. So it's considered by many to be the mother colony of the West Indies. Definitely a beautiful place worth checking out. Very important place to visit. I mean, this DC-6 is just it sounds amazing. Oh man. Hey, good to see you, G Cook. Enjoy Firefighter after you post the link. Part absolutely. Our generally Firefly Air, we use a lot of different planes. We can use not just the airliners, but we love using general aviation planes. We got plenty of stuff for general aviation. We got plenty for helicopter stuff. That's going to be more in the future, and I'm hoping in the future, once we got an economy system going, I really want to look at military stuff too, because our community's got a lot of military aviation fans, so I want to look at that too. But yeah, good to see you, G Cook. It's great seeing you, my dude. But yeah, and plus we got some really good hub areas for general aviation. Zurich, we got Zurich, which is the Alps. Great general aviation areas there. We have a Western United States hub currently at Lake Tahoe. You have Yosemite National Park, Tahoe National Forest, Stanislaus. All that to explore. You have Queenstown for the fjords and stuff. So you have plenty of areas for general aviation. Take those out too. Like I said, we got lots of areas. So, yeah, great to see you here, G Cook. We're just climbing our way up to 15,000 feet in the Douglas DC-6. But yeah, if you guys aren't aware of the news, our virtual airline, once we hit the XP Go, we're going to have new hub announcements. So we're going to get a new hub on next Wednesday. So I wonder what that's going to be. I'm hoping it's the Caribbean, because we just got a new world update, and I thought that would be the perfect place to put the next hub, is the Caribbean. I mean, I've already picked out there's already two really great choices with Sangster International in Jamaica and Puerto Plata. Both could absolutely be a hub for us. They're both smaller airports, but we don't really need a massive hub at the Caribbean. The smaller size wouldn't be a big deal. Personally, and then the other two choices would probably be Havana, Cuba, or San Juan, Puerto Rico. That would be good. That would probably be the location, because I know Havana would be pretty neat with Cuba. We just flew over Cuba on our tour. That would be cool, and of course San Juan with Puerto Rico. It's the Caribbean's busiest airport is San Juan. So, got some pretty cool options. Oh yes, the DC-6 is great. It still is a great plane, even after it was first released back in 2021. Yeah, it came out in 2021. It was Team DJ's original plane. But man, I remember when this thing first came out back, it was, for many people, like the first truly study level plane in the sim back in the old days. Because back in the old days, there wasn't really anything like the DC-6. Even though nowadays we've had the other more advanced airliners like the 737, the Phoenix, the Mad Dog, and even more advanced GA, this is still an excellent. Yeah, it's still excellent. It's still an excellent plan. And like I said, it's great that I'm taking this out for once in a while since I never really took it out of it. And maybe I have an idea though. My idea would definitely be maybe the next Wednesday stream I take the DC-6 out again. Since I haven't actually flown the DC-6 in such a long time. And I thought that would be a really good way for me to get more experience with this. Because I definitely need more experience. I love the DC-6. I need more experience. Let's get back to my main topic of St. Kitts and Nevis. Talk about a bit about these islands' history, actually. So St. Kitts and Nevis, before the Europeans came around, the pre-Arawakan peoples were settled here, followed by the Taino in 1000 BC, and the Caribs invaded around 800 AD. However, the first Europeans to explore these islands was Christopher Columbus in 1493. However, the first settlers that came to the island were actually the English, led by Thomas Warner, established a settlement in the Old Town Road Town at the west coast of St. Kitts after reaching an agreement with a Carib chief. And then afterwards, just 2 years later, the French settled as well, settling on the island under Pierre Bilain d'Isnaboc. Eventually, both parties resulted in the partition of the island between French and English sectors, and the English also began settling in Nevis in 1628. However, the Spanish sent an expedition in 1629 and destroyed and deported all the settlers back to their countries. And as part of the war settlement, the Spanish permitted the reestablishment of British and French colonies, and Spain later recognized Britain's claim to St. Kitts. As Spanish power declined in the Caribbean, St. Kitts became a key base for English and French expansion to the Caribbean. The British took the islands of Antigua, Montserrat, Anguilla, and Tortola, while the French take Martinique, the Guadeloupe archipelago, and Saint Barthélemy. And eventually, it led to a whole series of wars between the British and French, which ultimately decided with the Treaty of Utrecht that the French lost their claim to the islands, and now it became part of the British, becoming part of the British Empire during the Old. Afterwards, the colony, however, recovered by the turn of the 18th century, and it became the richest British crown colony per capita in the Caribbean, thanks to the sugar industry. Also, funnily enough, fun fact about the British colonial period: Alexander Hamilton was actually born on the island of Nevis. Yes, Alexander Hamilton, who we Americans know, was one of the founding fathers of the United States and the first Secretary of Treasury. He was actually born in Nevis. The African slave trade was abolished in 1807 and outlawed in 1834, and many slaves in St. Kitts and Nevis were freed and emancipated. Then in 1882, St. Kitts and Nevis, along with Anguilla, was federated. And during the first decades of the 20th century, there was economic hardship and lack of opportunities. Though afterwards, St. Kitts would eventually become inching towards independence, which eventually, in 1983, St. Kitts and Nevis achieved full independence, with the first prime minister being Kennedy Simmons. In Nevis, there's still some discontent. There was great discontent about the marginalization within the Federation. There was a referendum to separate, which there won 62% of the vote, but it required 2/3 majority. And eventually, now in 2022, the current prime minister was Terence Drew. Yeah, pretty interesting little history about these two islands. So I think I figured out what aircraft I'm going to be planning on taking for the next couple streams. So for the plans on Sunday's stream, I'm probably going to take the Cessna 152. I'm going to take the I believe if I'm right. Wait till we get to. Yeah, I'm going to take probably the Cessna 152 and explore the islands. That's what I'm probably going to be taking on Sunday. Is going to be. I'm actually going to think about taking the Drifter Ultralight for this one. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to take for the next stream, the Drifter Ultralight or the Tiger Moth. Take one of those two old planes. I haven't taken those in a long time. And then on next Wednesday, which would be from Antigua, we'll go all the way through Dominica and St. Lucia. That is going to be taking and that's going to take the which one? I'm probably going to take the X Cub through that one. I'm going to take the X Cub through Antigua and Barbuda, the normal X Cub, or I can take the Vilga through there. I'm probably going to take the Vilga, and then afterwards, after that one, I'll probably take another one. But yeah, basically we're going to get through the Grenadines and all that stuff for the next 2 weeks of streams. So let's get back to our DC-6. Hey, Dougal and Towers, good to see you, Dougal. How you been, my dude? Good to see you, Dougal. Just for flying over St. Nevis, I'm taking the good old DC-6. I haven't actually flown in a long time. Oh man, it's good to be back in the DC-6. I need to fly on this thing way. Because like I said, I really want to do some more flights with it. Maybe that's what I'm going to do next Wednesday. The question is, where do I want to take the DC-6? That's a good question. I mean, there's a couple of options I think I could take with the Douglas. I could do some West US flying with it. I'm thinking about probably Reno to Vegas in the DC-6. I mean, there would definitely be some really fun flying over Yosemite and all that. That would be pretty cool. I could also do some flying around in. Let's see another hub that I think we can fly out of. Maybe New Zealand would be pretty cool. Well, I mean Nelson over to Queenstown to Nelson. Oh, that would be. Take the good old DC-6 out of. That would be awesome. There's some really cool places we can fly. Yeah, I'm going to climb up to. Initially. I'm going to turn on altitude control. So we can pick up. So I can pick up some more speed. So yeah, Dougal, I hope you're enjoying this week so far. So I do want to talk about some MSFS news. From MSFS add-ons as well as FS Elite. So some pretty big news coming to the sim over the past couple of days. First one is AnyBuilds released a new freeware scenery into the sim from AnyBuilds. They did the Abu Dhabi Yas Island scenery, which features the racetrack. It's freeware, which is pretty good if you're a helicopter pilot. This would be a really fun place to do a lot of chopper flying. So it'd be very exciting for all your chopper pilots. The next news is Flight Sim Studio has now released a new version of their Technim TC 2000P 2006T, their analog version, which features the classic avionics stuff with steam gauges indistinct yoke. This references the early days of the series, combining the charm of the traditional plane instrumentation with the performance from the modern one. Definitely a very interesting plane. If you, for all those who like the PT 2006 but wish you have steam gauges, this is your plane. It's available for the new users. The launch price of this is going to be 35 euros. However, if you want both, it will be 50 euros. But I mean, the P2006T is still quite good though. So if you like that, that's definitely a pretty good option. Maybe a little pricey, but then again, still trying to find my way.
Cruise power, please. City cruise power. Cruise power is set. Cruise checks are complete.
also went to the 15,000 feet. If you're really into indie builds, you should definitely join their Discord server. Yeah, I'm not really into indie builds though. I don't really have any of their sceneries and stuff. I don't really have anything with indie builds just yet because they mainly make Airbuses, and I'm not really an Airbus guy. Um, so, but definitely some pretty cool stuff. But here's some really exciting news. For the sim. First off, is iBlue Yonder has just released a new airport. Who's known for a lot of collaborations. Well, he now has released his new work, Laystad Airport, Echo Hotel Lima Echo, which should be really exciting news because that is for Two Cats. I believe Two Cats is from around this area. It's the largest GA airport in the Netherlands, featuring an unbelievable rendition of the airport. So yeah, it should be very exciting for all you GA pilots in the Netherlands. I'm looking at you, Two Cats. But there are two just as great news for a lot of people. First one, from E2A, the Comanche is finally available on Xbox, which is absolutely massive news because if for all you guys that don't know about the Comanche, extremely high fidelity, realistic, and immersive flight sim experience. It may just be the best general aviation plane in the sim. The quality of it just speaks for itself, and it's finally on Xbox, which is amazing news. I'm very happy for the Xbox pilots. You guys are gonna love this. So huge, huge good news. The other really good news is the AnyBuilds A300 is also in the marketplace for both PC and Xbox, which is amazing news for all you Xbox pilots as well. Which is something that I think a lot of people have been wanting to have on Xbox as well, is the A300. But yeah, that's both great news. That's excellent news for both the Xbox pilots. I mean, this is a great time to be an Xbox pilot right now. You get two very, very good high quality. Could go much, much more. So, in terms of FS Elite, one update, and two more AnyBuild news. Number one is AnyBuilds have just released a new scenery, Zayed International in Abu Dhabi, which is awesome because I know Dubai's been a scenery for a while, but man, Abu Dhabi really needed a new scenery. And now Abu Dhabi's finally coming into Microsoft Flight Sim. Awesome news. Um, really amazing news, and you can get this for 14 British pounds. And if you want to pick up the device here, you can actually get both for a limited time deal for 19 pounds. That's amazing. For 19 for two really great sceneries from AnyBuilds, yeah. But yeah, very, very excited for all you Middle East flyers. Definitely great news. And then from FS Elite, there is another new update. They have now released a new update from Imagine Sims Atlanta at Hartsfield Jackson, the world's busiest airport, featuring all sorts of performance improvements, new modeling, landscaping, custom interactive gates, fluid usage, 15 square mile cover of the Atlanta area, and more. So an update to. So for all you guys liking flying to Atlanta International, that'll be a very nice update to hear about as well. So very, very good news. yeah, some very good flight sim news. Definitely. Um, I guess the most exciting news would definitely be for the Xbox pilots. You now get two extremely high quality add-ons, especially the command shade. That would be really good news. And then obviously the Indieville's A300. And then other news would definitely be the Abu Dhabi scenery. That's an overdue area that needed some. There, there we go. Okay, finally got her under control. There we go. 15,000 feet, guys. Finally up. Let's take the view from up here. So, to your left, guys, is Puerto Rico. Currently U.S. territory right now. Hey, Zippy, good to see you. First time chat. Welcome in, my dude. You love the DC-6. I do like this plane a lot. I mean, it's still one of the it was the original PMDG plane that was built, that was brought into the sim, and man, she's still extremely, extremely good. She's still a top line airliner for me. She's just a lot of fun. It takes you getting used to because this is a very different airliner compared to literally every other airliner in the sim. But man, you put the time into her, she's an absolutely amazing workhorse. The view is absolutely stunning. Look at the scenery here in Puerto Rico, guys. Absolutely stunning. And the waterwork they now did for this update is amazing. I think, yeah, they released this accessible, yeah, and man, DC-6 did extremely well too for PNG. I mean, I remember Fabio was one of the first people to flew this, was the Flying Fabio. He flew this, Earth flew it. I mean, I say Two Cats was really flying that plane. I mean, he did an around the world trip in 7 days, I kid you, with the DC-6. Him and Dakey did that around the world project. And they flew the DC-6 every back in the day. Yeah. And man, I mean, even PNG themselves didn't know how successful it was. Nice, you're about to land Dubai. Shane, the scenery was out earlier. I know. Shane, but the Dubai scenery. Yeah, they had a Metroliner years ago. Oh, cool, the Metroliner. That would be an interesting plane to see. Hey, good to see you, Zippy. Thank you so much for the follow, my dude. If you guys don't know, I stream 3 days a week on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Wednesdays are the virtual airline streams. I fly all the Firefly Air stuff. And Fridays and Sundays are around the world trip. They were exploring to St. Kitts, so oh yeah, the good old Metroliner, the Fairchild Schweringen Metroliner. That would definitely be a very interesting plane to bring in the sim. Like, those were very popular little commuter planes. Very popular. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, the scenery here is stunning. Some of the Caribbean update did, like I said, has done wonders for this region. It did wonders for me. Oh, the Jetstream 41. Oh, the BAC Jetstream. That's a pretty cool little feeder liner. That's a pretty cool looking plane. I mean, that would be an interesting one to have in the sim. More turbo prop wires would definitely be very good in the sim. I mean, we definitely have the ATR, which is definitely a very good plane for the price. Um, but but yeah, the Dash 7 kind of dropping the ball. They pilots really dropped the ball on that one, and it's still going to be a long while until Majestic bring their Dash 8s. So more turboprop liners are definitely great because the only prop liners we have in the sim um, for power-driven airlines is either the ATR, the Douglas DC-6 from PMDG, which is probably still the best one. Um, the DC-3, which could also be for military purposes, that's in the base sims DC-3. There just isn't a lot of great options, and I think that's why I really want to see more of the prop stuff. Because I do like flying those planes. Those are a bunch of fun. Oh, yeah, thank you, Zippy. Oh yes, the PMDG Jetstream. Oh, they used to make one of these. Yeah, they should probably make one of these too. To bring the FS either 2024 or 2028 maybe be the next time we see this because I know they're busy working on the 777 and the 74. But yeah, this would definitely be a fascinating little plane to take in and out for sure. It'd be great to take this out of a small airport and put it to a big to be for the feeders. Very very cool plane. Yeah, um, definitely. For me, it's been almost kind of the opposite. For me, I still love the turboprops and GA stuff. I still think they're the most enjoyable to fly. But I really respect the big jets nowadays. But like I said, I still like flying general aviations and all that stuff. Like I said, I try to fly them all in my stream. Like I said, I'm still mainly general aviation, which is why I only do the airline stuff once a week. But that way, I have some balance because I like flying both. One of the takes. Oh yeah, the Jetstream planes. Yeah, I would definitely like to see those in the sim. But yeah, the Jetstream 31 says Typhon. Oh yeah, this was used quite a bit, like a lot of the regional stuff. But yeah, it would really open up a lot of the smaller destinations there. But very very cool to actually have in this. But yeah, I'm eagerly waiting the day when PMDG brings out the 777 and Bluebird brings out the 75 because once that's, I bet you for the next several Firefly Airstreams, it's going to be featuring both of these planes. In fact, I might even do two separate flights with two separate planes if I really want to. Maybe do some flights. Uh, Maybe for the 75, I probably want to maybe do some real world trips. Maybe go to like the Canary Islands, or maybe do some flying down to Atlanta, Pittsburgh, or something like that. And then for the 777, maybe do some Southeast Asian flying in that plane because they do take the 777 for quite a bit of those routes. Yeah, the scenery here in Puerto Rico is absolutely stunning. Yeah, look at the satellite data for this. This is a lot better satellite data. The satellite data here is so much better because I flew this area before the update. It was like nah, but now with the update, they really updated this area nice. Like I said, I'm very excited for when Firefly finally gets something for the Caribbean. Really enjoyable. It'd be great to take the prop liners and the planes in this area. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about St. Kitts and Nevis, since we're actually at 15,000 feet. I want to talk about St. Kitts' government a bit. St. Kitts is actually a sovereign democratic federal state, though it's part of the Commonwealth realm, meaning the King of St. Kitts and Nevis is actually Charles III of the United Kingdom as the head of state. The King is represented in the country by the Governor General, who acts on the advice of the Prime Minister and Cabinet. The Prime Minister is the leader of the majority power in House, and the Cabinet conducts affairs of the state. It has a unicameral legislature known as the National Assembly, comprised of 14 members, 11 from Kitts and 3 from Nevis, as well as 3 senators appointed by the Governor General. Unlike other countries, the senators do not constitute a separate Senate or upper house, but sit in the National Assembly alongside the representatives, and they each serve 5-year terms. The Prime Minister and Cabinet answer to the Parliament, and Nevis, the island, also maintains its own semi-autonomous assembly. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. In terms of geography, St. Kitts and Nevis, there's 2 small islands that connect to it. St. Kitts and Nevis, separated by only 2 miles in the narrow straits. Both islands are of volcanic origins, with large peaks covering the rainforest. St. Kitts contains several ranges: the Northwest Range, Central Range, and Southwest Range. In the center is the highest peak at Liamuga at around 3,793 feet. Along the east coast can be found the Canada Hills and the Connery Hills. The national bird of St. Kitts and Nevis is the brown pelican, and there's about 176 separate species of birds. The national flower is the Delanis regia, which is originally named to Madagascar, but other common plants include the palmetto, hibiscus, bougainvillea, and the tamarind. And then by climate, St. Kitts and Nevis is a tropical semi-arid climate, while Nevis has a monsoon climate. The average temperature per year varies little, from 75 to 79 degrees by the mean monthly temperature. So that means year-round, it's going to be at a nice 75 to 79 degrees on average at the mean. So, pretty cool stuff about the little islands of St. So let's see who's flying along with us today. Let's see if anyone's flying along. Oh man. Man, Puerto Rico looks so good now. Oh my gosh, the Caribbean looks amazing. This might just be one of their best updates, along with Central Europe and Australia. This is part of their like the areas that really benefit the most. Man, this is so pretty. Like, if it ends up being a Caribbean hub, I would be. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh yes, hey Toa, good to see you. Oh yes, it's the PVG DC-6. It is the mighty DC-6 from the original PVG plane. A lot of people forget about that. I know everyone talks about PVG planes. They talk about the 737 and then the upcoming 777, but let's not forget this bird existed as PVG's original plane. And man, she's still an amazing bird. Even now, she's still an incredible. She takes a bit of working to get used to some of her systems, but man, yeah, this one definitely takes a bit of time to get used to the systems. Mainly the gyro pilot is going to be the big one for a lot of people and how it starts, but man, once you get that down, I don't think you can get a much more satisfying plane to fly in this time. But DC-6 is pretty. But yeah, I do fly the 737 more often myself. Just because, like I said, I'm more familiar with the 737, how it works. And I've done plenty of streams on my channel on the 737 myself. I've had plenty of experience flying the 73 on my channel. In fact, that's the main plane I fly on the Wednesday stuff. But yeah, welcome on in. It's great to see a new face as always. Yeah, I definitely need to. But yeah, definitely take the time to learn. So yeah, today we're actually flying to St. Kitts today. St. Kitts and Nevis will be landing at Basseterre Airport. We'll be here in about an hour or so. But yeah, I mean, this is from the new World Update too. The scenery here is absolutely gorgeous. I love flying the Caribbean. Thank you so much for the follow, Toa. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the follow, my dude. Welcome on into the snake pit. Wait, it is gorgeous. The Caribbean World Update did. If you guys aren't aware, this is the port. This is from the Caribbean World Update. Um, this is from the Caribbean World Update, and man, they did a lot of satellite data work. And they did a lot of satellite work in this place. And man, this place looks absolutely amazing. This is my Discord. If you guys want to join, I have my Discord link if you guys are interested in joining on my Discord. But yeah, the scenery is absolutely incredible. And I mean, I started this around the world journey back in New Year's Eve. I started back in my home airport at Clark Regional, just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. And we made our way south first to Palm Beach. We then explored the Bahamas, then Cuba, and that was before the update. In Jamaica, we explored those areas. That was before the update. I've done plenty of flying on my own in those regions, and man, they look amazing. Especially Jamaica. And then we explored Haiti. We went through, and man, the update did amazing stuff for Haiti in the Dominican Republic. So I'm really excited to check out the rest of the Caribbean. Oh, nice. You're present. You're getting ready for a 737 on P3D. Nice. From Minneapolis, St. Paul to Boston. Oh, nice flight, my dude. I might see an older 73 as well. I'm pretty excited for when someone brings out an old classic 737 classic. Oh, that would be fun. But yeah, I was at Minneapolis on Wednesday, Toa. I did a Wednesday stream from our virtual airlines hub at Pittsburgh. As yes, I'm part of Firefly Air, a virtual airline. We made it from Pittsburgh over to Chicago Midway, Kilo Mike Delta Whiskey, and then from Midway we went all the way to Minneapolis, St. Paul, because I'd never really done much flying outside the Midwest. Oh, you bought the classic 73 for Captain Sim. Interesting. Yeah, it's a shame because Captain Sim stuff in Microsoft and the current Flight Sim, but his older stuff though was quite good for mine. Hey, good to see you, Howitzer. Welcome on in. We're flying the Douglas DC-6 over to St. Kitts and Nevis today. So we'll make our way from St. Kitts to Nevis, from Santo Domingo. So we're doing a vintage airline flight. But yeah, Green's my dude. Yeah, the old 737 Classic, that would definitely be a plane I would not mind, because I've had tons of experience flying the 73s, the NG model, so I'm curious to see how the Classic will handle itself a little differently. Very, very cool. We're just 194 nautical miles away from St. Kitts. But yeah. I heard bad things about Captain St. But the real issue, since I resolved, is I had to adjust the jetway. Ah, gotcha. Definitely. Ah, gotcha. That makes sense for the Captain Sim stuff. I get you. Oh. Also on Merch Stream last week on Wednesday, he did show off the new Indie Builds Leeds Bradford. Man, that series looks amazing though. Leeds Bradford stuff looks really really good. It's also pretty inexpensive too. Yeah, even though the planes are getting better, I'm still not gonna buy. Yeah, I understand a lot of people were kind of burned off of Captain. I don't want to talk about Captain Sim for too long because a lot of people just don't like Captain Sim products for MSFS. They don't have a good reputation. I don't want to talk about much further, honestly. The less, the better. I don't think they need to die. They just need a reform. They need a new guy to lead it in something new direction. Well, our next, yeah, their older products so are decent. Yeah, the older Captain Sim stuff was never bad. It was just the newer stuff for MSFS. That's well. We're gonna go ahead and talk about some more stuff about St. Kitts. So let's go talk about St. Kitts culture. Yeah, it's kind of a shame they did have a 707 and 727. Wait, they did have a 727. They did. What was their most recent? They did not carry their. Oh, they brought a 717 over. But no, it is not very. Yeah, yeah, the same. Their group is just not the same as it was. Like, back in the old days, they fine. I don't have an issue with their older one. The newer one, yeah, the FSX is great. Oh yeah, it's just maybe it's just one person porting the models. That could probably be the thing. Other ones, that probably is what I think it is. It's just not the same group. Yeah, it's just not the same. Yes, Super Typhon mentions they're going to develop a 727, which is going to be awesome. The 727 from Flight's FS Reborn, the makers of the Piper M500, in the Sting S4 combined with Simworks Studios who worked on the Kodiak and the PC-12. Oh, that could be really great. But let's talk about St. Kitts' culture for a bit, since we're on here. St. Kitts is well known, has grown mainly out of its combined heritage being two islands from its West African traditions of the slaves, combine that with the French and British culture, and Irish, created a pretty neat little culture here in the Caribbean. The people of St. Kitts and Nevis are also very devoutly religious. Several historical churches still remain on Nevis, and 50% of the population still practices the religion. So, in terms of festivities, St. Kitts is well known for um, it's for a number of musical celebrations, including Carnival, which lasted from December 18th to January 3rd on St. Kitts. In the last week of June, features the St. Kitts Music Festival, while the week-long Culturama on Nevis lasts from the end of July to August, as well as other festivals, including the Inner City Fest in Nicoletown, Green Valley Festival, Easterama, and the La Festival de Capesterre around Independence Day. Um, these festivals feature parades, street dances, salsa, jazz, soca, calypso, and steel pan music to create a pretty unique kind of culture as well. Where do I pay? Not yet. Yeah, it's not coming for a long time, but man, I'm very excited for that. 7-2. Like I said, the plane I'm most ready to get is the 777 and the 75. That'll be my library for the next several. Um, in terms of cuisine, with its rich soil, St. Kitts Nevis was able to produce a wide variety of produce. There's abundant seafood meats like goat added to the diet. The style of cooking is pretty simple, not like other West Indian cuisine. The most well-known dish is goat water stew, mixing goat, breadfruit, cream papa or papaya, and dumplings into a tomato-based stew. Another very popular dish is cook-up or pilau, which combines chicken, pigtails, saltfish, and vegetables with rice and pigeon peas. Rum is very popular in the island. In fact, the Brinley Gold Company manufactures rum in St. Kitts with distinct flavors like coffee, mango, and vanilla rum. But the national drink of St. Kitts is actually cane Spears Rothschild, distilled from fresh sugar cane. And finally, many villages on Nevis hold cookouts on Friday and Saturday nights where people come together to drink, play games, and have a good time. Um, is their culture. The sports, harking back to its local days as a British colony, the most loved sport in the island is cricket. Local, regional, and even international matches are played. Horse racing is also popular on the island of Nevis, featuring festive events with music and barbecue. And other pastimes include mountain biking, golf, and soccer. There's also a triathlon in the country, um, um, which is becoming even more popular. And finally, there's also an annual swim between the channel points of St. Kitts and Nevis, which is around 2 miles. So yes, people actually participate in events that swim across the channel. Yeah, that is St. Kitts' culture. But yeah, that is St. Kitts' culture. Yeah, this airline is really pushing it. Like I said, I had some trouble earlier in the stream trying to get this Air piloting to work, but man, she's going pretty smooth. So ahead of us is the island of St. Croix, is right in front of us. This is the island of St. Croix, one of the two islands that make up actually one of the three islands that make up the U.S. Virgin Islands, along with the island of St. Thomas and the island of St. John, all make part of the U.S. Virgin Islands. Now, I've been to one of those islands, St. Thomas, which is a really pretty little island. It's a beautiful little place to explore. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah. There's St. Croix. So my plan is, once I get done exploring the Caribbean at Port of Spain and Trinidad, I think my next plan is going to be going through South America. So we'll be going. I'm probably going to do some flying around. I think I'm going to go from Port of Spain over to Maracaibo in Venezuela, and then do a flight to Barranquilla, Valencia, and Caracas. Now the day 15 will be Trinidad over to Maracaibo. Day 16 will be to Barranquilla, Valencia, and Caracas. And day 17 into Guyana, or go over there, fly over to Guyana, and then do some exploring around the capital of Georgetown. And that'll be day 16, and day 17 would be from here to Georgetown, go across over to the bay to Paramaribo in Suriname, and then we start Brazil. We go to Manaus, do some flying around the Amazon rainforest, because I think a lot of people like to do some flying around the Amazon River, before making our way down south over to Brasilia, capital, then check out Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, then go all the way to Europe, fly all the way to Ghana Falls, and then making a quick hop over to Asuncion, and go straight to Uruguay, do a crossover to Buenos Aires. And then once we do that, we'll be doing a flight to Shala. I definitely want to get down there. That'll be what I'm going to be planning for the next couple of streams. Yeah, maybe I'll run into Jeff Bezos, probably. Could probably run into Bezos. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I love flying this DC. There is St. Croix. So, we're just about 122 nautical miles away from St. Kitts. So, we're doing this in pretty good time. All right, guys. I think we're gonna sit here a little bit soon. So let's go over our slideshow for a bit. Let's talk about St. Kitts' economy of St. Kitts. So St. Kitts economically is a twin island federation dominated by tourism, agriculture, light manufacturing. Sugar was the primary export, but with rising production costs, low market prices, and government efforts to reduce dependence has resulted in a growing diversification. St. Kitts is right now heavily dependent on tourism, um, a sector that's expanded significantly since the 1970s. Um, in terms of transportation, St. Kitts has two international airports. The larger one is the one we're going to be visiting on our trip, and that is Robert Bradshaw Airport. The other one is Vance W. Emery, which is the flights to other Caribbean destinations. There's also a scenic railway, which is the last run railroad of the Lancer Antilles. And there's a partnership to allow foreigners to attain status of St. Kitts and Nevis citizens by government-sponsored investment program. So, that is kind of a bit of the economic stats of St. Kitts. So here's some fun facts about St. Kitts and Nevis. You could swim to St. Kitts and Nevis, which is about 2.5 miles. So people actually all over can swim, not just athletes, but normal people can swim that distance too. Locals on the island of St. Kitts are called Kittians, Kittians, and the Nevis is called Nevisians. And finally, St. Nevis was actually named after Christopher Columbus, after Nuestra Senora de las Nieves, or Our Lady of the Snows. And the snows refer to the white clouds that flow above the volcanic peak, which what's given its nickname, St. Kitts and Nevis. And finally, here's some landmarks to check out while visiting St. Kitts and Nevis. There's Brimstone Hill Fortress, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1999. It was the site of the famous Battle of St. Kitts during the 18th century between France and Britain. Fort Charles, the major defense on the island of Nevis during colonial times. Built in 1671, it was abandoned in 1854. And finally, Mount Limanga, 3,792 foot mountain. It's actually a volcano, though it last erupted around 1,800 years ago. And today, tropical rainforest and cloud forest drape these slopes, providing a wonderful location for nature. So, beautiful stuff. Hey, good to see you, Filthy. Welcome on, my dude. Friday's going great. We're about 100 nautical miles from St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm going to go ahead and prepare for descent. I'm going to go ahead and descent.
46 inches,
to
Setting
our
26 inches.
oh,
26 inches set. Descent checklist, please. Altimeters and flight instruments cross-checked. Seatbelt signs on. On. Engine blowers low. Low.
we're gonna go ahead and descend.
Descent checks are complete.
Do you fly with your followers? I do. I do fly with the followers, and I don't mind people joining me at all. In fact, this is a group flight, by the way. I put it in the chat description. It's a group flight. You guys are more than welcome to join on in. I'm on the Southeast Asian server, and we're flying the Douglas DC-6. So if you take something like the King Air or the PBM or another DC-6 even, you're more than welcome to join. Should have read the description. Hey, no worries, my dude. That's why I put group flight in the chat, in the description, so you guys can actually read. That way I get people to want to fly with me. Yeah, you guys are all more than welcome to fly along with me in the community. I wonder if, I think I see St. Kitts in the distance. If you guys notice a little peak up there, that's St. Kitts. Or that might be nuts. Should be. So the altitude we're going to go is going to be around 3,000 feet. If I was at work, I would join you in the sky. Oh. Hey, no worries, Filthy. Work is very important. Be important to get the work done first. Oh, speaking of which, for sports, the Pro Football Hall of Fame has just finally announced its Hall of Fame class for this year. So the first Hall of Famer is Indianapolis Colts defensive end Dwight Freeney. Woohoo! The Colts got another Hall of Famer. This time Dwight Freeney, who played for the Colts, as well as playing for the Falcons as well. Revolutionized the spin move, and he has had an amazing career. 16 seasons in the league, playing for multiple teams, but mainly the Colts. Four-time All-Pro, seven-time Pro Bowler, part of the 2000s All-Decade team, and had 125 career sacks, along with 47 forced fumbles and 4 fumble recoveries. Absolute beast, and now he's in the Hall of Fame. More than deserving to be in the draft class for this season. Amazing, amazing news. The next player is longtime defensive end, one of the all-time great defensive players in Broncos history, Randy Grandshear. Finally, he should have been invited a long, long time ago. Which, I mean, very, very cool guy to have in the Hall of Fame for this year. What an amazing, amazing time to see Randy Grandshear be in the Hall of Fame. He's the leader of Denver's Orange Crush defense. Absolutely amazing player. 5-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, part of the Broncos Ring of Fame, and even Defensive Player of the Year. Absolutely insane. Insane class. The next one, Devin Hester, the first ever return specialist to make it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Originally, he was a quarterback in the draft, though he became work equals more fights and add-ons. Yes, that's also true. I don't have work, so I don't get as many add-ons like the rest of you. I don't have a monthly check like you all. But the next player, Devin Hester, drafted out of Miami, originally as a corner, though he became a kick punt return, and he holds the all-time record for the most punt return touchdowns and return touchdowns as well. Has been a finalist for 2022-23, though he made it into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. 4-time All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler. He is part of the 2000s and 2010s All-Decade team. And I mean, he's been a Special Teams Player of the Year 3 times. I mean, exceptional Special Teams player. Like I said, Special Teams don't all of them get the credit that they do as they should. So, yeah, Devin Hester in the Hall of Fame, the first return specialist to finally make it. The next one is another really interesting guy that's finally in the Hall of Fame, and it's a first for this franchise. Andre Johnson of the Houston Texans is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. More deserving of his status. Drafted out of Miami with the 3rd overall pick of the 2003 draft, and he has been the face of the Texans for years, even when they were bad. But yeah, Andre Johnson, 4-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler. He had over 1,000 receptions, 14,000 receiving yards, 70 touchdowns, and played mostly for the Texans, except 1 year in Indianapolis and 1 year in Tennessee. But yes, he's the first Texan to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So I bet all you Houston Texans fans are quite happy to see they finally got one in the Hall of Fame. The next one is another older player. Chicago Bears fans should be quite happy about this. Steve McNichol, aka Mongo, is in the Hall of Fame, who played defensive tackle for the Bears. He played for the Patriots, Bears mostly, and the Packers. 5-time All-Pro, 2-time Pro Bowler, 95 sacks for a defensive tackle. And now he's in the Hall of Fame. So Bears fans will be quite happy to hear that news. The next one is Julius Peppers, a first ballot Hall of Fame. He made the ballot his first year. Part of 2 All-Decades teams, 7-time All-Pro, 9-time Pro Bowler, and he played mainly for the Panthers, but also for the Bears, Packers, and Bears and Packers as well. But he'll probably get in as probably a Panther. He's probably the best player in team history. Over almost 160 sacks with 11 interceptions, 52 forced fumbles, and 6 defensive touchdowns. Absolute beast of a defensive player to get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I don't mind Hester getting in, though the big crime is you leave Antonio Gates out. Like, come on, you can't leave Antonio Gates out of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, though. Especially considering he's undrafted, and every year he's been a top 2, top 3 tight end, I mean, in the league since he came. Like, he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame mostly. Gates should be in the Hall of Fame instead. He's been very consistent for years. But yeah, I do agree. Andre Johnson was a beast. I mean, he never got the credit he deserves, and I'm glad that the commission gave him the respect that he deserved. Like, I mean, he had to play in a very tough era, because think about some of the receivers he had to compete against during his time. Marvin Harrison, T.O., Randy Moss, Reggie Wayne, Chad Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, Anquan Bolden, Hines Ward. He had to compete with him. Donald Driver, he's in the same area as him. Torrey Holt as well. I forgot Torrey Holt. But yeah, that's a lot of competition. And the fact he stood out among that, yeah, Andre Johnson deserved it. Yeah, there's always odd decisions, but like for example, Granishir should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. Granishir should have made it a long time ago. Um, do I freeze who's Pepper? There's no question. Peppers deserves it. Brainy, I mean, definitely next. I'm a Colts fan. I'll be happy. And the last player from the Pro Football Hall of Fame draft class is Patrick Willis. I know he may not played for very long. I mean, he made the Pro Bowl in every single season he played in. 6-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, 2010s All-Decade team. Even though he didn't play for the full decade, he still made it on here. Patrick Willis is an absolute machine. I mean, absolutely brutal tackling machine. His prime, he was the best linebacker in the league since his season. I know. I wish he could have played longer, but the reason he actually had injury, the reason he didn't play longer was because he had injury issues with his toe, and he didn't play for too long. But I mean, he could have definitely played longer than that. But I also understand. American football is a tough sport. It's quite physical. So, but yeah. And then finally, we got next year's. We got the 2025 Hall of Fame class. There's and these are some players that are finally being eligible for next year's class for the first time ballots. For me, I think Antonio Gates makes a great case for next year's class. Is Antonio Gates? I think Gates should definitely probably get there next time. But I think Luke Kuechly should be the next one. Kuechly, I mean, is similar case to Patrick Willis. Because like Willis, Kuechly, I mean, was very similar attributes to to Willis. They both made the Pro Bowl every year, nearly every year they played. They made 7-time All-Pro, part of the All-Decade team, Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, Kuechly would definitely be in the Hall of Fame. He didn't play for too long, but Kuechly retired probably because he wanted to keep himself healthy. But I mean, there's a couple of other potential ones in next year's class. Marshall Yonda of the Ravens, Earl Thomas, and Adam Vinatieri. Oh yeah, Kuechly would definitely be in. There's no question. Kuechly, it's the same case with if Willis makes it, Kuechly's gonna make it. Kuechly, absolute beast of a linebacker, been amazing. But yeah, there's still so many players still waiting in the Hall of Fame. That are still left. They're not excluded this year, but there's still some older players still waiting for the Hall of Fame. Waiting for it. Jahiri Evans is still waiting for the Hall of Fame. I mean, he could probably make it next year. Jahiri Evans. Steve Winsinski, he's still probably fame. He's been a semifinalist for years and has made 8 All-Pro teams. I'm looking at FutureFootballLegends.com. Of course, I mean, oh man, there's so many interesting players that can make it. I'm waiting for when Larry Fitzgerald finally makes it again. Fitzgerald deserves fame. So, I'm very excited for what I'm gonna wait to see. Few of us are in. Oh, nice. Oh, let me see who's in the air with us. Oh my gosh. Someone brought a DC-6 with us. Oh, that is stupid. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, we only have one kicker so far in the Hall of Fame class, and that's Jay Strudel. Jay Strudel is the only kicker in the Hall of Fame so far. it's just, actually, no, there's two full-time kickers in the Hall of Fame. Jan Stenerode and Morten Anderson are the only two kickers in the Hall of Fame. We also only have one punter in the Hall of Fame, and the only punter to ever be in the Hall of Fame right now is Ray Guy, who played for the Raiders. Pretty cool. Oh, that's awesome. We also have Zippy in the PC-12 with us. Great seeing you here. Guys, thank you so much for joining along with me on today's flight. Thank you all so much. So, to our left, we can see the island of Saba. That's right, Saba. That is where you find one of the most difficult airports to land. If you guys ever did any lands in Saba, unless you have a turboprop plane, like either a STOL plane, like either an S-Cub or a Twin Otter, good luck landing there. Yeah, Ray Guy, absolutely. I mean, there's a reason they had the entire punter award. The Ray Guy. He changed professional football with his punting skills. I mean, punters don't always get the respect they deserve. I think we might see another punter I think there is potential to see another punter in the Hall of Fame. I think there actually there might be another punter. It may be Shane Leckler. And I think the next punter to be in the Hall of Fame would be Shane Leckler. I mean, he's a 9-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, and led the league in punting. I mean, I think Leckler is going to make the Hall of Fame at some point. I think Leckler is going to. All right, guys, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and descend a little bit more. So let's go ahead and talk about the last slides for today. Boston Terry is the capital city and largest city in St. Kitts and Nevis. Population 14,000 people. One of the chief commercial depots of the Leeward Islands and one of the oldest towns in the Eastern Caribbean. Despite its small size, it's quite host to many events. And it's established as a financial center here in the Eastern Caribbean and is the home to the headquarters of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, as well as its own stock exchange. Beautiful city. I have not been to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Filthy. I would like to go there one day. But no, I have not been to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's all the way in Canton, which isn't too bad of a drive. But the problem is, it is a bit of a drive between my home and Akron. So it's going to be quite a bit of a drive, but I would like to visit, though, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And the last slide for today is Robert Bradshaw International Airport. This is the main international gateway into the St. Kitts Nevis. It opened all the way back. It opened way back in the old days. But it has one runway, about 8,000 feet. It does flights across the Caribbean, like to Antigua, Anguilla, and St. Croix, as well as destinations in North America like Atlanta, Toronto, Newark, and even one European destination to London, the London Gatwick. The largest aircraft to ever land here was a Boeing 747-400. However, this airport also made aviation history when a chartered Sri Lankan Airlines A340 actually landed a charter flight from Colombo, Sri Lanka to St. Kitts in 2011, which is nearly 10,000 nautical miles, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane flight. I mean, insane doesn't even begin to describe that kind of thing. Absolutely insane. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, exactly. I want to go there and just. Oh yeah. According to the sim brief, there is a flight plan for this, and it goes 8,272 nautical miles. Um, Apparently goes through the Middle East, much of Africa, and then go across to Green Sea. So guys, we see St. Kitts and Nevis. There it is on the islands. Oh, there's Dougal. Dougal's here with us. So Dougal's in the DC-6. And Zippy is actually in the PC-12. Oh, Dougal, I didn't know you were flying with us today, Dougal. Oh. Well, there is St. Kitts International. Go ahead and let's go ahead and turn off the jar pilot. Turn off the guy, and we're going to go ahead and turn. Well, guys, let's prepare for the landing today at Bradshaw. So, guys, make sure you don't forget to put your land predictions in the chat. So, estimation point predict. Type in a negative number, and we can wrap up the stream. But man, this was a great flight, and like I said, it's great to be back in this DC-6 again. It's great to be back in this. If you guys like this DC-6 stuff, do let me know, because I might be interested in taking the DC-6 back out again for a future stream. Because I am interested in taking the DC-6 back onto the stream. Because, like I said, I really want to take this DC-6 back. Not again. There she is. There's Bradshaw International, guys. Beautiful airport. Beautiful approach. Like I said, another reason I like to have the hub in the Caribbean, a lot of these airports have really pretty approaches. This airport here, that's a pretty approach. Kingston, Jamaica, Montego Bay is a nice approach. Plus, like I said, it'd be great area to get tons of different places. But yeah, I don't know what Merck's gonna end up picking for the next hub. We don't know. I don't know where he's gonna. I mean, Caribbean would be nice. Southeast Asia would be pretty cool to have a Southeast Asia hub. Maybe the Middle East, as he was originally supposed to do, instead of the East US. Maybe Central America, like Mexico City. Guys, welcome to beautiful Kitts. I'm a pretty skilled pilot. I mean, I managed to land a DC-6 into Innsbruck. I had to do all that manually too, which is not easy. Careful, no, 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 don't slide. A little bit. How did I do? Hey, a 220, not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, the Caribbean would definitely be a great area to do some practice flying in. But I mean, it'll be a fun region to head and park right here. Engage the best lock. And that's it, everyone. We have Google and Tavish, and we're going to see Philby land. Man, this was a beautiful flight, guys. I absolutely love this trip. Like I said, it's nice to get back to the DC-6 again. And yes, we will be flying the DC-6 more often in this journey. Don't worry about it. We'll definitely have plenty of streams with this on this journey. Like I said, it's a superb bird. So guys, I want to say a massive thank you for everyone here for this stream. We just reached St. Kitts, finally, at Bradshaw International. It took me a bit of a while to get that DC-6 going, but man, she is an absolutely fun bird on flying. So guys, a massive thank you for everyone here. I hope to see you all again on Sunday. We're going to head up to, we'll explore the island more in detail, as well as checking out Antigua and Barbuda. So guys, thank you all so much. And we're going to go ahead and check on in with NSFS Official. So I hope to see you around. Stick around for the raid. And I hope to see you all again on Sunday. Take care, everyone, and have a great start to the weekend. Bye.